let myself down to the bottom. There is no place to hide and no one can call me. My name is so dirty, call me dirty girl. You made me a sinner, so I'm on my own. Falling apart with no stopping to lose. I'm clumsy and not they call me a loser. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. I swear you can call me a loser. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. I swear you can call me a loser.
evening, everybody. Please take your seats. We will be starting in 5 minutes.
evening, everyone, and welcome. I've never walked onto Whitney Houston before. That was cool. All right, welcome to INCUBATE Accelerator Class 21 Demo Day. My name's Jen. I head up Community and Operations at INCUBATE. Community in particular is really, really important to these founders, especially in their early stages. So I know that I speak for all of them when I say that they are really, really grateful you're here, and your support means the world. So thank you very much. First off tonight, I would like you to join me in warmly inviting to the stage Uncle Michael West from the Metropolitan Land Council, the Metropolitan Local Aboriginal Land Council. Thank you very much.
Bajari Gamaroo, g'day everyone, how are you? Excellent. Look, I'm from a tech background myself, computing science, analytics data, and I work across different sectors and everything, and I think it's important that in our world that we live in, that everyone has an opportunity to thrive. And regardless of the postcode you're born in, the gender you identify, the colour of skin, the shape of your eyes, you should be able to fulfil your dreams and aspirations, whether you're neurodiverse, like I am too. I'm autistic and ADHD, and I know a lot of people in the tech sector are probably part of that group that I'm part of, the cross sections of that. And I can tell you, look, I did not get my autism from vaccinations, no. There's some really crazy thoughts out there, isn't there? Where I've had my COVID vaccination, my shingles. When you get a bit older, you'll know what that is, shot, and then also my usual flu shot. I believe in science. I believe in, I've talked to the medical students that are coming through. I've talked to them about how when they're working with people, you treat people with dignity and respect. Also that you understand the person in front of you, may need support people, ask them what do they need, and also make sure that you give them all the information, all the facts and all the data so everyone can make informed decisions about their own health and their own life. It's so important to do that when you think about it, because it's not always been the case. And I think when we look around the world that we see people's rights are being pushed back, especially women. Some places and countries you cannot actually go to school. You cannot get an education, which is terrible. Why are you marginalising half of your society? Actually, probably over half when you think about it, women are. Also, believing in the science and that is so important, because it's got us through COVID-19. I know there's some people out there believing if only we stop building those 5G towers. Yes, very strange thoughts, isn't there, out there? And look, I was going to say, I see you taking photos. I'm okay with side shots in a sense, to a point. I'm still losing weight from COVID-19. When everyone thought, there was a disaster and everyone made sourdough and probably had bad choices of food, I think too. And we put on a bit of weight, and I'm going okay. Lose half of it to exercise, the other half I'm going to lose through Ozempic. I've done my 0.25, I've done my 0.5, now I'm on my 1. And I'm not having reactions as other people have, the nausea and all that. So I'm going okay. I think it's, to be honest, I go to Fashion Week every year. As I have friends who are designers, and also I think it's important to support the industry, and it's a trade show, and I call them, they're my other mob these days now, the Ozempic mob. Yes, and we all need a laugh. Please try and have a laugh every day. We're going through very difficult times in the world when there's not a lot of love out there, is there? There's a lot of hate out there, and people should be sitting down, talking with each other, as we say, and having a yarn. As Aboriginal people, we've been here for 65,000 years on this continent, at least, and we know it's a lot further in time, beginning of time since the end of time. We've got these beautiful burial sites in central New South Wales that are 42,000 years old, with ceremony and oak and everything. And we have trading places like Barramadigal, which is Parramatta, the Barra, the eel people. And I always think on our beautiful harbour when I'm down there, I was down there today, I think of Barra and its journey to Pacifica, to its brothers and sisters. And there's a whole creation story about the harbour and the waterways being created by a giant Barra, and Barra's just off at East Balmain. There's a little island called Memel. And I know it's important to respect everyone's cultural identity, and I love listening to all the different stories from all the different cultures from around the world that we get to interact with. And I was going to say, to us, animals are very important to us, the animals from this continent. Everything from the kangaroo to the emu, because they're on a coat of arms, but they do not go backwards, they only go forward. It's important to understand that. So it's symbolism of when you think about it. When you move forward, you understand the present, but you learn and acknowledge the past, I think is what it's about too. But totems to us are what the animals, they are considered family, they're considered a spiritual connection. It's so important. Mine are like emu and a snake is one of mine, and they're very important. Well, I know we have NAIDOC Week and we have Reconciliation Week and different times throughout the year where bush duck is served. It's important everything is clearly marked because we do not want to eat our family members. It's important because it's highly offensive to do that, to not label everything. And I know your cultures would also have different components that we need to understand and learn. It's so important because we live in this one big planet. I consider us all as Terrans, in a sense. I don't use the word human anymore, I say Terrans, sharing this wonderful planet that we have. And it's important we take a moment's silence to pay respects to all our ancestors, because we all become part of Mother Earth one day, and Mother Earth is talking louder to us. And I know I just had a quick look at INCUBATE and some of the projects there, and it is about Mother Earth and being a lot smarter. Unfortunately, we don't see a lot of on TV, a lot of people being smart, do we? Unfortunately, humans can do a lot better, and hopefully the people in this room will contribute their brain power to creating a better world and a better society and everything, I think. And I've met a lot of people from our various ages, young people, that gives me hope for the world, yes. Some of the older people should get out of the way for the young people coming through, to be honest. I'm just glad we're not America. I've been invited over there, but I'm not going over there. I'm a person of colour. I might go to Bunnings with the equivalent and they might throw me in the back of a van. Yes, which is true, isn't it? It's very sad. And I feel sorry for all the people around the world that relied on aid. And, you know, you're not going to make a lot of people happy, are you, when you take away people's drugs and their support systems. We should be more kinder in this world. So if we have a moment's silence, paying respects to our ancestors, paying respects to Mother Earth, paying respects to the Aboriginal Torres Strait Islander traditional owners, elders and custodians past and present, also paying respects to all the different elders from the different cultures that I see here. And I love being in Sydney because I get to meet everyone from around the world and have a yarn with them and learn about who they are. And reflect your journey and what you're doing with INCUBATE, and who knows, we may have billionaires in this room in the future. You never know. You never know. Things can just take off. And let's just reflect our journey. It's a journey called life. So we just have a moment's silence, a moment paying respects, and a moment of reflection. Thanks. We have these three beautiful rivers which are the boundaries of the Eora Nation. We have the Hawkesbury, known as Darubbin, we have the Nepean, we have the Georges. On behalf of Metropolitan Local Aboriginal Land Council elders and members, welcome everyone here. Congratulations on your journey. And I'd just like to say about our totems, one other thing. There is a bird that's had a parallel with Aboriginal people, dispossessed the country, not having access to traditional foods, being blamed for your situation, and as Aboriginal people, you know, going in River Redfern, blamed for your situation, not having access to traditional foods. And I'm talking about a bird that's a white bird, black tail feathers, long neck and a long beak. Yes, I'm talking about the sacred ibis. I'm also sacred that our birds, the ibises, are our birds here. They're not from Egypt. The ones from Egypt are different birds, and they're considered God Thoth, and they're in their hieroglyphics. Please don't call me a bin chicken. No, I'm not a bin chicken. It's you humans haven't cared for my wetlands. Now I'm living all around here. I wasn't here 20 years ago. It's unfortunate when we don't care for Mother Earth. There are severe impacts on that, and we learn from our hot season coming up. I just heard someone over there telling about the reddened to swim between the flags and understanding how hot it's going to get here. Yes, it's we almost hit 40 the other week, didn't we? Yes. When I think about that hot temperature, I think always someone pays for it, doesn't it? It's the penguins who pay for it, the polar bears who pay for it, all these different animals and other people around the world, other humans, Terrans. So we really got to think about this thing. And I hope you're designing stuff that's going to work and create wonderful world that we want for the future. Let's all work and walk together for a better world. And remember, we're all Terrans, belong to this little planet called Earth, a blue planet floating through the ever-expanding cosmos. Always was, always will be Aboriginal, never ceded. Congratulations on your journey. Thank you.
Now I'd like to invite to the stage our program manager. She's the most recent member of Team Incubate, and I'm frankly a little bit obsessed with her, and you're about to be as well. You're about to see exactly why. So I guess strap in for the inevitable roller coaster that is program manager Eda Hammer.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Demo Day. My name is Eda. I'm the program manager at Incubate. However, tonight I will be your host / backstage cheerleader / human timekeeper. I'm going to do my best to make sure we start on time, finish on time, and keep you emotionally regulated throughout. So, I want to make sure we're feeling warmed up before we start tonight. Because tonight is about energy, it's about support, and there's no better way to do that than with my special cards here. I've prepared something earlier, and this is a little practice reaction. So just read the card and respond with whatever comes to you. That's the sound of innovation. Beautiful, so natural. Oh, I have goosebumps. And my personal favorite. If you hear a brilliant idea tonight, something century-defining, we do this one. And it goes like this. Very nice. I can tell you are going to be a fabulous audience tonight. Before we start the pitches, just a little bit of quick housekeeping. The bathrooms are downstairs, out here to the right. If you need to pee, it's too late. However, upstairs afterwards, there's also more bathrooms at the bar area. 2, pop your phones on silent. We do encourage you to take photos, but just hold the flash. And finally, we will have free drinks and free food and networking upstairs after the pitches, so you can head up there afterwards, enjoy the open bar and the delicious snacks and free samples of focus tea that will keep you sharp in the networking as you remember everyone's names. Now, if this is your first demo day, congratulations, you're in for a treat. And if you're a seasoned demo dayer, welcome back. Tonight you're going to hear from 12 incredible founders. They have been working extremely hard for the last 14 weeks, building, breaking, rebuilding on very little sleep. They'll have 5 minutes to pitch, and after that, now tonight, founders, this is your night. You've worked very hard to get here, and now this is the good bit where you get to share your vision with this incredible audience. And everyone here tonight, please, I encourage you to clap, to cheer, and to really make this room buzz. Because tonight we celebrate community, and we celebrate what it looks like when brilliant people chase wild ideas together. And without further ado, I would like to introduce Kaiman, our Organisation and Program Lead of Incubate.
Kia ora everyone. Welcome to our 21st edition of INCUBATE's Demo Day. As a gamer and an entrepreneur, you don't know how excited I am to have our Demo Day at Fortress. As I said in my foreword, there's a lot of similarities between running a startup and being part of an esports team. Now, from here on out, I will be providing gaming references, so if it goes over your head, don't worry. I'm sure there'll be people around you to help support. At its heart, Incubate is not just a program. It's a community, and like any good game, no one clears the campaign alone. Even the most skilled players need a squad, a YouTube tutorial, or at least a co-op partner. And that is what Incubate does. We share in the grind, we celebrate the victory royales, and we help you respawn when things don't go as planned. Over the past decade, Incubate has built more than a program. It's built a network. Mentors, investors, alumni, and most importantly, fellow founders who will be with you long after Demo Day is over. Because running a startup is not a solo campaign. It's a multiplayer journey. And like any good party, everyone brings a different skill set to the squad. Some are healers, some are tanks, some are DPS. But ultimately, we're all here for one thing. We're here to combine everything and to beat the boss battle. Now, if I could give you one more analogy, Incubate is kind of like a cheat code, but not a cheat code that helps skip the hard parts. It gives you extra resources, faster learning, and a few lives along the way. That is the essence of what Incubate is. A shortcut to connections, knowledge, and confidence that will take ages for you to unlock. I have the privilege to introduce you to 9 amazing startups and 2 student startup projects. They have grinded, obtained skill points over the last 13 weeks, and tonight we're going to put a spotlight on them. Incubate is a supporting character. Some might say the Luigi to the Mario, the Ellie to the Joel, the Clank to the Ratchet. They're always here to help level up and help the game progress. Now, these pitches aren't just made for investors in the startup community, it's for everyone. So, grab your energy, get ready to cheer, and most importantly, don't be an NPC. Get involved, engage, and enjoy the game. Now, let me hand it back over to Eda to introduce the first startup.
Growing older or living with a disability should never mean compromising on dignity, functionality, or style. Here to discuss the next generation of assistive technology, Ailish Parsons and Sam Harding from Innova.
I want you to picture a loved one. Maybe it's a parent, a grandparent, or a friend. They value their independence, their identity, and the sanctuary of home. Now picture them needing a little bit of help with daily tasks. They're given a shower chair, but it's not just a chair. It's cold, clinical, invading their space, screaming hospital, patient. It's a constant reminder of the independence they've lost, not a tool to help them live the life they want.
This is the reality for nearly 2 million Australians who depend on mobility aids for daily living. It's a market flooded with low-quality, mass-produced products that medicalise the home and strip people of their dignity. There is no user-centric functionality because, until now, no one has taken the time to design a shower chair in collaboration with the community.
This isn't just a product problem. It's a human problem. At Innova, we believe that everybody deserves dignity and independence. That's why we've reimagined assistive technology with our flagship product, the Oasis Chair.
This isn't just another medical device. It's universal design that provides support to anyone who needs a helping hand in the shower.
co-designed with the clinical expertise of occupational therapists and born from consistent community consultation, the Oasis chair blends user-centric functionality with sleek, modern design.
The Oasis chair is designed to meet the highest Australian safety standards. In response to community pain points, we've incorporated modern design and multiple colour options for greater choice. Our adjustable armrests are a first, easily adapting to the evolving and different mobility needs of our community.
By adding comfortable, non-slip seating, we're transforming the showering experience to one of comfort and enjoyment.
The easy-to-adjust legs and pack-down portability are a game changer, simplifying travel and storage. We've created a product that people are proud to have in their home, a solution that offers not just safety, but confidence and pride.
Our vision is simple but powerful: to create a world where everybody can live with dignity and independence. The Oasis chair is our first step.
Our business model is a powerful hybrid, designed for reach and scalability.
Unlike our competitors, we have a direct-to-consumer e-commerce platform, destigmatizing purchase, simplifying government-funded payments, and creating an enjoyable brand experience for our customers.
At the same time, we have been building strategic business-to-business partnerships with major distributors. This dual-channel approach allows us to control our brand story while leveraging established networks to scale efficiently. Our replaceable part strategy provides an ongoing revenue stream, reduces operational risks, and reinforces our commitment to sustainability and customer care.
Our go-to-market strategy is targeted and effective. We connect directly with our customers by engaging disability ambassadors, entering prestigious design awards, and featuring in high-end design publications. Simultaneously, we're educating and empowering occupational therapists to be our champions in the clinical space.
We have gained significant early traction, proving strong product market fit. We've secured multiple distribution letters of intent with major distributors, including Peak Care, which gives us immediate access to over 170 shopfronts across Australia and New Zealand.
Validating and strengthening our brand, the Oasis chair will be featured in this month's issue of Architecture AU magazine. And our social media presence is growing, with over 15,000 interactions in this last month alone. Our team combines deep clinical expertise with sharp business and operations experience.
We understand our users, having worked for this community for nearly a decade. Currently, we are seeking investments and partnerships to accelerate our growth.
This will fuel 3 key areas. 1, market penetration, scaling Inova to capture a larger share of the Australian market. 2, product diversification, fueling R&D to continue building our range of bathroom aids.
And thirdly, strategic expansion, where we will begin to lay the foundation to enter international markets, beginning with the UK and EU markets.
We aren't just selling a chair. We're building a global brand that stands for design, dignity, and empowerment. We invite you to join us. Help us create a future where assistive technology doesn't just help people function, but it empowers them to live boldly. Thank you.
Thank you.
We all struggle with focus. 1 cup of coffee can help, but on the second can leave you jittery. Here to help keep you on track and engaged, David Tay from Focus Tea.
The problem of focus is the biggest it has ever been in the history of mankind. With social media, with notifications, with advertisements, we are connected, but distracted. Since 2004, all of our collective attention span has decreased by 70%. And at the rate at which we are going, our attention span will become 9 seconds by 2027. Now, seriously, let that sink in. ADHD cases is more prevalent than it's ever been before, and it is no wonder that our social media content is getting shorter and shorter and shorter to meet our ever-decreasing attention span. My name is David Tay, and since young, I was diagnosed with ADHD and ADD, so needless to say, my focus ain't great. But I remember a particular moment where the ritual of drinking tea, especially sencha green tea, powered with small habitual changes, drastically improved my focus for my exams. It is for that particular moment that has inspired me to craft Focus Tea today. Now, Focus Tea mission is super simple. We're here to craft the single most best tea as possible. And in order to do that, we have discovered that consumers are looking for 3 key elements for the best Focus Tea ever. First, the tea needs to stimulate the mind. It needs to ease people's stress while they are working, and needs to be healthy and sustainable for long-term consumption. Today, Focus Tea encompasses all 3 elements into every sip of the tea. At the very base of the tea, we have a premium and authentic sencha green tea. It is known to be one of the best types of tea for concentration and mental clarity and energy. To aid for memory and alertness, we have ginkgo biloba, known to be one of the best focus supplements out there. Lemongrass, jasmine flowers to aid for stress and to promote some calmness. Goji berries, orange pills for immunity and long-term sustainability. Our tea is incredibly healthy, so you can drink every cup absolutely guilt-free. We are blended, crafted in Australia, and our suppliers have even won the World Tea Award, alluding to the exquisite taste of our tea. Now, to push the boundary of functionality within our product even further, we added our signature focus guide. It is essentially a little card into every single product of ours, and it shows 6 key steps into how people can get into a deep state of focus we call the zone. The Focus Manual is a PDF document sent to all who buys Focus Tea, and it's basically a easy-to-implement strategy for your daily basis life that helps to improve your focus in the long term. And if that is still not enough, we have our Focus Consult to aid for your own personal focus needs. Now, with our focus philosophical strategy, with our functional ingredients, this is how we differentiate ourselves from our competitors. So much so, 85% of all who bought Focus Tea mentioned that their focus has improved after purchase. On top of that, 80% of those who purchase Focus Tea mentioned that our tea is superior in quality, in packaging, in tea, you name it, than other teas in the market. So kind of have a business 101 kind of diagram. These are just some of the teas you'll see in your cabinets. This is Focus Tea. We push the functionality of within the tea industry to the maximum. Today, I'm actually really excited because at this very moment, Focus Tea, we are announcing that we are in the works of our new functional brand, Sleep Tea. Our target audience for Focus Tea is actually pretty broad. But what is that one target audience that suffer focus a little bit more than the others? Students, right? And that's why Focus Tea have sold hundreds of boxes to University of Sydney students. Moreover, we have partnered with Skate, a student accommodation here in Australia. Today, Focus Tea is available for pickup for over 15 different properties in Skate in Sydney. We'll help countless number of students improve their focus for the upcoming exams. Skate trusts us, schools trust us, students trust us, and so can you. So when you partner with us, we will be able to provide our tea to your organizations, to your schools, to your office, you name it. In fact, we even provide you some free samples through to showcase our product. Or if you simply just want to learn more about us, contact me, try some samples, or just buy our tea, scan the QR code, or visit me at the booth later. Today, Focus Tea reinvents the tea industry. But moreover, interestingly, Focus Tea, we actually don't brew tea. We don't do that. We brew change. Thank you.
Scoliosis affects millions worldwide, but early detection and effective management are often missed or not the most practical. Here to show a non-invasive way of treating this issue, Khurshid Azizi Garudi from Neurospine Dynamics.
When I was 11, my spine curved into an S and my life curved with it. I wore a rigid brace for 16 hours a day. It was hard to sleep, to sit, even to breathe. At school, I hid it under my jumper and pretending it wasn't there, but it was always there. Like thousands of kids, I finally stopped wearing it, not because I didn't care, but because I just wanted to feel normal. Years later, while I was studying biomedical engineering, I realized the solution hadn't changed. Same braces, same surgery, same suffering. So I decided if the solution doesn't exist, I would build it. Scoliosis affects 1 in 3 people worldwide, mostly children and young adults. Their choices: rigid braces that crash confidence or invasive surgeries that can cost up to $50,000 and leaves metal rods for life. Both treat the symptoms, not the cause, and both leaves families asking, is this truly the best we can do? At Neurospine Dynamics, we are reimagining scoliosis care not as a restraint, but as an empowerment. We are creating the first small wearable patch to correct scoliosis naturally. It's soft, discreet, and uses AI neuromuscular stimulation. The patch monitors spinal posture in real time. When an imbalance appears, it delivers gentle pulses to activate underused muscles. Our AI learn each user's movement pattern, adopting a simulation for personalized correction. No braces, no surgery, just a small wearable patch that teaches the body to heal itself. The scoliosis global care market is worth over $3 billion and growing 6% annually. Digital therapeutics and remote rehabilitation are booming, yet scoliosis treatment is still stuck in the 90s. Our device bridges that gap. We are starting with Australia clinics and rehab centers, then scaling through North America and Asia Pacific, where scoliosis screening are accelerating. But we are not just talking about ideas. We are already building momentum. In the past few months, we built our first prototype, designed a 3D printed spinal phantom for lab validation, and mentorship from University of Sydney, and most recently, gained ethics approval for our National Scoliosis Survey, which allows us to collect insights directly from patients, caregivers, and clinicians. These milestones bring us closer to design a solution shaped by those who need it the most. So how do we scale this sustainably? Our model is B2B2C. We partner with clinics and rehab centers that provide patients with our reusable patches and AI platform. Revenues comes from device sales, software subscription, and clinical data analytics. A model that is affordable for families, profitable for clinics, and scalable worldwide. And where do we stand in the market? Well, most competitors simply monitor posture, but we correct it. They track numbers, we train muscles. No one else combines AI feedback, neuromuscular simulation, and clinical validation all in one system. That's our edge and our advantage. Our team unites expertise in biomedical engineering and clinical translation. I lead as a founder and engineer, guided by mentors from University of Sydney and INCUBATE, and advisors from ScolioCare. Together, we are turning research into the reality. Tonight, we are seeking a strategic partnership and funding to finalize our prototype validation and launch our pilot testing with clinicians. But beyond funding, we are also asking for your help to share our survey with patients, caregivers, and clinicians. Every response helps us to design a smarter, more human solution for those living with scoliosis. Because for millions, like my younger self, freedom isn't about taking off a brace. It's about standing tall, moving freely, and living without fear. At Neurospine Dynamics, we are not just straightening spine. We are rebuilding confidence. Thank you.
As the owner of an e-bike myself, I fully believe in this next moment. Sometimes it can be hard to decide which e-bike is right for me and how to get around. Here to help alleviate this, David Lee from Glide e-bikes.
Love them or hate them, we are entering the age of the e-bike. E-bikes on footpaths, e-bikes on trains, e-bikes on roads. There's no other word that captures the media's attention quite as well as the word e-bike. Since 2020, imports into Australia have tripled, with a market worth $500 million as of 2023, booming to $1.2 billion as of 2028. Sales of e-bikes are now outpacing the sales of regular bikes. And even now, only 20% of Australians have actually ridden one. The e-bike wave is coming, and this is how we're going to jump onto it. So, my name is David, and a year ago, I was working as an accountant in Circular Quay. My life was okay, but to make it a bit more interesting, I thought, why don't I try riding a bike to work? I hadn't ridden a bike in 15 years, but I thought, how hard could it be? I went out to Parramatta, I bought a second-hand bike for $120, and the next day, I rode in from Chatswood into Circular Quay. This was a really bad experience. I was scared, I was tired, I didn't have a good time. I thought, this is stupid, I'm never doing it again. The next day, my friend said, let's do it again. And I did. And the difference was light and day. We took the separated cycleways, we took the quiet streets. I got into work, I felt fresh, I felt energetic, and I also thought, why doesn't everyone else in Sydney do this? I spent some time thinking on this, and it comes down to two problems. So, number one is it costs too much money. A quality e-bike costs between $2,000 to $3,000, which is too much money to spend on something that you might like. Secondly, it's behavioural, or the fear of the unknown. You don't know how much fun, convenient, and quick an e-bike is until you actually get down and do it. Here at Glide e-bikes, we're looking to solve both of these problems simultaneously. So what we do is we provide you with an e-bike for 4 weeks to see if it works into your lifestyle. This is enough time to get it into your lifestyle and see how much it can benefit you. Secondly, we'll show you actually how to ride from home to work. So we'll show you the separated cycleways, we'll show you the quiet streets, we'll show you how to ride with traffic. So you can build these two items into something you can do every day. We're a subscription e-bike business. We provide you with an e-bike and everything you need to get out and go for the price of $45 per week. Within that maintenance package, we include maintenance and repairs on the e-bike to keep it in tip-top condition, so you, as the rider, can focus on the main thing, which is getting out and riding. Our business model is pretty simple, and it can be explained into 3 stages. Step 1 is getting a group of people on bikes, using our bikes, loving our bikes, and telling our friends about them. Secondly, we go to businesses who are looking to supercharge their employee wellness programs or sustainability. The last part is the enterprise model, where we provide e-bike fleets into businesses and also integrate salary pricing and novated leasing options. So far, we've seen that through our onboarding and training program, 75% of customers who complete the trial go on to become full price paying customers or actually going and buying the e-bike themselves. This is the proof of our business model, showing that our program converts people that don't even ride bikes into people that ride in every day. We've got two asks to you today. One, if you want to get on an e-bike and learn to commute around Sydney, get in touch with us today. Secondly, if you want bikes in your workplace and you're going to get your employees on bikes, building a healthy, happy, and more sustainable place, get in touch with us and we'll do our best to get your guys onto bikes. Our vision is building a better world one bike at a time. Bikes are good for the environment, good for you, and good for the world. Thank you very much.
Fashion is a form of self-expression. On a daily basis, we choose the clothes we wear and they form part of our identity. Here to create fashion collections that merge cutting-edge technology with artistic expression, our first student startup project, Sarah Hassan from Here to Tail. Just a heads up, there are flashing lights in this presentation.
Something as simple as what we wear can transform our entire day. It's the difference with blending in and belonging. Belonging for our creative friend here, Alexis, means individuality, uniqueness, and the intersection between experience and innovation. With innovation comes a new generation of fashion tech. Like Alexis, 3 in 4 young consumers today prioritize spending on experiences over just a product. And in response to that, tech industry is already pouring $275 billion into the next generation of fashion tech, with smart textile alone set to reach $11 billion by 2028. Why? Because individuality is a need. Consumers want a memorable moment, an experience, a story they can belong to. In fact, when we spoke to high fashion influencers, 62% told us they want something with experience in fashion tech. But before all that, what even is fashion tech? Imagine you're in a dimly lit space. As you move around, something illuminates, revealing a jacket where optic fibers are woven into the fabric, mimicking the glow of a starry night, telling the story of a painter's tale of the starry night. With that said, you open your eyes and suddenly the space lights up with designs that are more with unique polymers made by artistic scientists, robotic arms that are made for an aerospace engineer, and a space there that transforms into a lab rather than a retail space. This is more than just fashion tech. This is the story of an artist, the narrative of a creative, and the tale of an engineer. That is exactly what we are. We are Here to Tail. Here to Tail is Australia's first wearable tech fashion innovation company. We start with the source, where we partner with creatives, creating unique IP. We then move on to partner with them and collaborate on a fashion tech hero piece and derivative collection. Finally, we launch through immersive pop-ups, both online, and in person, that are more art gallery than retail. As a result, we have 2 clear streams as our business model. One, for our creative partners who retain 30% of IP ownership and 100% of profit they sell with their own products alongside our experiential events. And B, direct-to-consumer, where our exclusive collections are our main profit engine. And this is not just hypothetical. Fashion in Australia will grow to $54 billion by 2026, with experiential wear being the fastest growing segment. Our validation proved this traction. In our first pop-up of our prototype demo at South by Southwest Sydney, 100 people engaged with it in just 6 hours, with almost 110 sign-ups. This traction led to funding from a New South Wales council that will now pilot our first experiential launch event. So we're now in talks with 9 creative partners, including leaders in fashion tech, as well as creatives that can open doors, including sustainable fashion brands with major media connections like Vogue. We can have our advisors include leaders that will open doors for us left and right. But before that, I'm Sarah, and that is Jay, and we're a team of UX UI designers and creative entrepreneurs with backgrounds in both fashion and tech. Our advisors include leaders in apparel and events that have partnered with people like Samsung and the Olympics. This is crucial for us, a key to opening doors for our pop-ups to be a must-see cultural moment. And with that being said, I'm pleased to announce our first launch, Motion in Bloom, inspired by the growth of movement, is available for pre-order on our website today. So, if you believe in us, what we are seeking is investment to launch the new generation of fashion tech into the industry. And secondly, if you know anyone in high fashion retail, luxury, high fashion retail, media, or tech-integrated partners, we would love a warm introduction. So if you are curious, scan the QR code, come talk to us to tell us your tale, because we are here to tell. Thank you.
With attention spans getting shorter and education becoming less engaging, we need a new way to make resources that actually fit their curriculum. Here to bridge a social learning platform with entertainment and education, Sakura Chan from Elevate.
Let me share you a life lesson I learned in elementary school. This is Mr. Gibson, my 5th grade homeroom teacher, AKA my favorite person in the whole entire world. And you can kind of see how cheeky he is in the picture right here. You see, Mr. Gibson would pause the regular curriculum once a month for something he would call Life Lessons with Gibby. In these 1-hour sessions, he would talk about lessons that he wished he learned when he was younger. In these lessons, we listened, we laughed, and of course, we learned. And soon, what started out in a small classroom moved to a big school auditorium like this, accommodating 500 students, all willing to listen to Mr. Gibson's wisdom. This taught me something extremely powerful, that school shouldn't just be about academics, but it should be about connection, shared stories, and preparation for the real world. This experience with Mr. Gibson's life lessons proved that students want to be part of a community that feels alive, relatable, and inspiring. A change from the regular, traditional textbooks and tests. Yet, here's a problem we're facing today. Around 80% of students all over Australia are feeling demotivated in their classrooms, and over 70% of students high school graduates feel unprepared for the real world. And why is that? It's because they're experiencing a loss of community and purpose, causing disengagement from meaningful learning. So, where do these students go to find bond with each other? They go to TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, social media platforms, you can name it. These platforms, yes, they do get to engage with topics of interest, but most of the content on there are unverified, unstructured, unsafe. And with the social media bans happening all across Australia, it is necessary for educators to establish a balanced, curriculum-aligned alternative that still feels relevant to students' social and academic lives. This is where Elevate comes in. Elevate is a digital social learning platform that bridges education and entertainment into one space. Think of if TikTok met the classroom, but instead of random content, students can scroll through short, verified videos on life-based learning, such as budgeting, spotting fake news, and managing mental health. With Elevate, students could bookmark topics for a curated feed, gain AI-personalized recommendations based on the activity, share and save videos for later, and most importantly, they can gain access to Elevate's digital classroom where their homeroom teachers can assign videos on their for them to discuss in their discussion spaces. See, why is Elevate so important? It's because there are 2,700 secondary schools all across Australia and 1.3 million students. And the EdTech market is expanding rapidly with $80 billion worth of it. And with the rise of AI-driven technology, it's never ending. So as you can see, these big numbers showcase a big market opportunity. We're going to be starting with B2B partnerships first, with academic institutions licensing Elevate for $8 AUD per student per semester, making it affordable, scalable, and easily to integrate to their already existent curriculums. In the long term, we'll expand into corporate partnerships like companies sponsoring and creating verified content, creator marketplaces for verified educational creators, and certification programs that connect students' achievements in these discussion spaces into LinkedIn profiles or academic transcripts. Our go-to-market strategy is pretty simple. The first phase will partner with 10 to 15 schools in Sydney and Melbourne to test pilot modules. The second phase will expand nationally through school networks, education boards, and conferences. And the third phase will collaborate with corporate CSR partners for them to co-create and fund these content with us. Here is a rough prototype of what Elevate would look like on a tablet, but feel free to come over to my booth and we can discuss the specifics. See, here at Elevate, we value these 4 important things. We value boosting student engagement to make learning social and relevant and fun. We also value meeting well-being and digital literacy benchmarks for schools, and also supporting teachers by providing them with balanced curriculum-aligned resources for lifelong learning, and also providing insights to educators and parents on students' personal growth and learning interests. I've talked to over 15 schools across New South Wales, and the results are astonishing. These numbers prove Elevate's potential, and we've even received a quote from one of the school board representatives saying that students need a platform like Elevate. It's something that will help them fall back in love with learning. My name is Sakura Chan, and I am extremely passionate about the future of technology and education. Feel free to scan my QR code above here, which links to my LinkedIn, and we can discuss on how to accentuate Elevate even further as partners. Just one last thing. I just want to end this by saying that Elevate isn't here to replace schools or teachers, important message, but we're here to empower them. It is to create a space for students to connect, question, and learn beyond the textbook. So today, ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to disrupt modern education with Elevate. Thank you so much.
Okay, everybody, we are over halfway, so have a wiggle in your seat, stretch your arms up, stretch your toes if you dare, and of course, practice that investor face. Next up, poor oral health in aged care is a silent driver of pneumonia, hospitalizations, and preventable costs. Here to redefine oral health in aged care with training, oversight, and risk detection tools, Matthew Short from 80/20 Prevention Australia.
Every day, thousands of older Australians wake up in pain because no one brushed their teeth. In aged care, this is normal. Not neglect, normal. And that's the problem, because when suffering becomes routine, no one fights to change it. Heart disease, dementia, diabetes, cancer. These are all oral health problems. The bacteria that live in our mouth don't stay in our mouth. They enter the bloodstream, they travel to the heart, the lungs, the brain. In aged care, this isn't theory, it's reality. Every missed brush, every inflamed gum increases the risk of hospitalization, malnutrition, and death. The new 2024 Aged Care Act has turned oral health from a nice-to-have into a legal requirement. This means that every aged care provider in the country, over 2,700 facilities, is now searching for a solution that doesn't yet exist. We are that solution. We're software as a service for compliance, clinical oversight, and staff training, built specifically for aged care. We generate recurring revenue through use of our digital platform and from our staff training. We plan to scale. Currently, we have pilots going with Anglicare and Mission Australia, supported by ARIA, the National Aged Care Innovation Body, and the Our Care Family Foundation. Every day, older Australians wake up in pain. We're here so that tomorrow they wake up pain-free. Carers feel confident, families feel relieved, and we get our smiles back. And we can finally say, oral health matters. So please come and speak to me at our booth afterwards to find out more about how we can help fix aged care together. And oral health will finally be a priority. Follow along on our LinkedIn and website to be part of this journey. Thank you.
Choosing the right career and education pathway is one of the most important decisions a student will ever make. But most don't get the personalised guidance they need. Here to show how an AI-powered, career-guided platform helps students discover their strengths, map futures, and connect with universities worldwide, Grace Guan from OIC Education.
All right. Imagine this, everybody. Would you spend $200,000 for a product that you've never tried, you've never seen, and it has no return, no refund, and no guarantee? Would you? No. Most people wouldn't. But every single year, millions of students do. And I saw some of you. Right? In New South Wales, we brought in 19.5 billion Australian dollars last year from international students, making international education our second largest export industry. Hey! However, at home, 1 in 5 students at least change courses or drop out completely in year 1. That is $2 billion wasted on tuition fee alone. That is your money, my money, talking about your kids, and our taxpayers' money. But behind these numbers, they are cold. But behind these numbers, there are real people, real young people, real families, real friends, real supporters, thank you. And they're taking real risks. I'm Grace. I work in the same industry on 3 continents, from classrooms to boardrooms, from education sales to digital transformation. But guess what? My favorite job, I'm a mother of 2 teenagers who are sitting here today. I'm going to embarrass them. Over the last 22 years, through my personal and professional lives, I witnessed thousands of students in high schools, at universities, asking the same questions. What should I do? Or am I on the right track? Really? And I was extremely fortunate to be given an opportunity and a very nice scholarship to look for a solution, both socially and economically, at Said Business School. So my monthly travel, I do mean monthly, between Oxford and Sydney, brought me to OIC Education. I founded the company in 2022. We're providing a service, a career-guided education choices aided by AI with a personal touch. Our profiling assessments, developed in the UK by a team of psychologists and career planners, map every single student's cognitive, academic, and emotional strength. We own the IP and we own the data. And our algorithm use machine learning and AI agents developed at USyd, that's University of Sydney if you don't know. And from there, our best thing, which set us apart, is our institutional and occupational database, making us the AI you can trust. We're grounded in real information, not imagination. So students can explore different career paths, universities, and courses. They also see the gap between dreams and reality and how to bridge them. For those who need extra hand-holding, we provide the service in person. Because AI can be data-driven, but growth is always human. Our business model is really simple and sustainable. Schools subscribe, and students and family use it for free. For those who need extra support, they can opt in for a service fee. That's how we stay impact-driven and commercially viable. From my first adopter, the lady on my left, Lei, who is a CFO at NHS, to our R&D team in Sydney University. We brought in a global expertise in education, healthcare, finance, and technology. They're all doctors, except me. Okay, I feel quite humbled. So in under 3 years, we grew from an enterprise project at Oxford to a 6-digit revenue EdTech company in the harbor city. This is the right time in the AI revolution. I really believe in it. So it's the right time to scale for us in this trillion-dollar industry to become the next Canva. I do mean Canva. We're using Canva today. Every single slide you see is in Canva. To become the Canva in career planning and education access. This is an emotional slide for me. When I was little, probably you were too, parents always ask us, so what do you want to do in your future, right? When you grow up, what do you want to do? And now I found myself asking the same question to the 2 teenagers on my left. Probably 100 times too many. So please join us in making the answer easier for them. Because we believe every single child, every single student, every single teenager deserve an OIC moment in life's crossroads. So please scan the barcode if you want to start with our profiling tool, or meet us at the booth to see a demo. Thank you.
From Happy Valley up to green runs to red runs, sometimes ski field maps are hard to decipher, a bit basic, and often out of date. Here to change how you view maps, Hunter folks from Peak Maps.
Got a lot of people here tonight. It's awesome. So I reckon I can make a safe bet that every single person in this room has been lost before. Now, as much as we're all questionable navigators, it's really maps that are supposed to show us where we're meant to go. Now, this is especially a problem on mountains, where weather, conditions, terrain change in a matter of seconds. And it's not only a problem for skiers, but also for resorts who oversee these mountains. So let's start with an exercise. I want you to imagine you're on a mountain. We'll do this mountain. Okay, everyone imagine this mountain. Cool. So imagine you're on this mountain, crisp winter air, right? Smell of pine, bit of a wind, it's beautiful, it's serene. Now, let's imagine I want to try to figure out how to get from one area to the other area, and oh my God. It's a bit much, isn't it? Now, I have found myself very comprehensively lost at this exact mountain. And between the messy jumble of insets, the overdone annotation, and the fish and chips ad in the corner, I don't really get a good idea of where exactly I am. Now, those are choices that the resort makes when they make these maps, but the base map for this was created back in 1998. And here in Australia, we're no better. With Threadbow, their map being made in 2001, and Parrish's map from 1992. Now, at best, these can be inaccurate and outdated, but at worst, they can be dangerous. This is where Peak Maps comes in. With Peak Maps, we bring together real-world geographic data and state-of-the-art 3D rendering to create beautiful, flexible, and functional maps. The beautiful thing with having a 3D system is that we can expand it beyond just 2D static maps. Augmented reality, virtual reality, overlays, web viewing, there's many opportunities. And the great thing as well about 3D is that everything from cabins to cliffs can be modified, remodeled, retextured, and done to look exactly how the client wants it and create exactly the imprint they were hoping for. Now, currently, the ski resort market quietly makes up a $60 million market. This doesn't include other B2C offerings as well. But globally, by 2030, it's predicted that the global geospatial market will be nearing over $1.4 trillion of value, growing at over 14.5% per year. Now, Peak Maps is primed to take advantage of this, given our maps can be used for other outdoor activities, such as biking, hiking, trail running, but also other map applications, sports events. How about for universities, also for theme parks? All of these are great opportunities. Now, we've already seen great traction with our first map that's in use at Ben Lomond. I'll be honest, this was a tricky one because it's a very rare case of a ski resort without trees. But we've seen really great feedback from the resort owners, local skiers, as well as local community groups. In fact, some people even said, I didn't even know they had that many lifts because the previous map didn't properly show it. Now, on top of that, we also have 10 prototypes currently created for resorts across Australia and North America. And with that, we have interest across 3 continents for maps, including Australia, United States, Canada, and Norway. Now, at the moment, our business model is mainly bespoke static map making with a co-creation process with resorts. However, as being announced tonight, we're integrating this with an interactive web map and real-time updating and monitoring. This will deliver a dynamic, interactive interface to our static maps. And to complete the end-to-end experience, we're also announcing navigational consulting, where we can analyze the layouts and the composition of ski resorts to find where's the best place to put navigational aids and other signage. Now, whilst our competitors set a very high standard in regards to aesthetics and other qualities, they're very expensive, take a long time, huge waiting lists, hence the 30-year-old maps, and more. This is where we come in with a difference. Faster turnaround. This means no more 20 or 30-year-old maps. They can be updated faster and iterated quicker. We offer competitive pricing, but not just by a little. Less than half of some of our competitors' prices we can offer. This opens the market up to mid and small-sized family-owned ski resorts which previously didn't have access to high-quality maps, let alone 3D ones. Also, in an industry first, we have full visual customization. No more baked-in artistic style based on what medium you learned or how you've practiced it previously. We can integrate logo, palettes, colors, all the above, whatever you'd like, and work that into the design and do it as we proceed. We also, with our new real-time updating, have interactivity built in, where currently the model consists of only people who make ski maps and people who do interactive overlays. We will be the first to combine these together.
My name is Hunter. I'm the founder and map maker in chief at Peak Maps. And I use my formal background in computer science and innovation and entrepreneurship, as well as my experience as an exhibited graphic designer and artist to help do the business, the technical, and the artistic side of Peak Maps, as well as appreciating the previous artwork and the people who have come before in this map-making process. Now, today, my ask for you is if you believe you have a way in which your day-to-day life could be improved through better mapping, or any ideas where you think your mapping could be improved, please feel free to have a chat with me upstairs. And even better, if you know anyone in the outdoor industry looking to get an updated or refreshed navigational or mapping service, and even better than that, if you know anyone in the ski industry, it would be great to talk. But yeah, so we'll be up there. I can't give you a map, unfortunately, but it is important that maps are supposed to show us where we're going, and with Peak Maps, we'll make sure that you don't get lost again. Thank you.
If I told you that I knew what glacier lake outburst floods were before this accelerator, I would 100% be lying to you. But I know now. And with global warming, this is becoming a major issue that needs monitoring. Here to show you how space tech can assist with this, Ritambara Ganesh from the Extraterrestrials.
Ram went to Kernath in June 2013. He traveled with 6 of his relatives, including his wife. He was the only one to return home. Now, why did this happen? This happened because they did not have time to escape. There was no warning. But warning from what exactly? Glacial Lake Outburst Floods, or GLOFs. 15 million people live at a direct threat of it, and yet no efficient early warning systems exist. But first off, what is a GLOF in the first place? Imagine a balloon. Instead of being made out of rubber, this balloon is made out of hard rock, sand, and years' worth of ice deposits. It gets filled with water from melted glaciers. It keeps filling until it eventually bursts, either due to overflow or due to external factors. And when it does, it can wash away cities within minutes of bursting. Currently, they use physical sensors, which are inefficient as they are difficult to install, they are costly to maintain, they can get washed away, and it is just not possible to monitor every single glacial lake out there using physical sensors. In fact, in the Indian Himalayan region alone, there are 10,000 to 15,000 glaciers. About 9,000 of them are prone to GLOFs, but only 25 can be monitored with existing technologies. 52 million people live here, and 1.2 billion depend on it as a source of their food, water, and energy. GLOFs are extremely deadly, with leaving losses worth millions of dollars per GLOF event. What if the gentleman from earlier, the 100,000 plus people who had to be evacuated, and the 6,000 plus people who died was sent something like this just hours before the event actually occurred? This would have saved time, lives, and critical resources. And that is what we at the Extraterrestrials ET are building. We are building an end-to-end disaster resilience system that would allow us to monitor, predict, provide early warning, and help evacuation planning of such disasters. We do this using a combination of our drone, satellite, and software. Using the balloon analogy from earlier, our technology would help identify the location of all such glacial lakes, compute the capacity of the lake, track how much water is being filled in it, and monitor a multitude of factors that could contribute to it bursting. Our business model is built around a hardware-enabled software-as-a-service platform. We design and deploy our custom sensors in high-risk glacial regions, one of which includes an ice-penetrating radar. Our software combines this with other relevant data and runs our models on it to monitor these glacial lakes. To learn more about how our technology works, stop by our booth, and we can go over how the technology exactly operates. We operate by delivering actionable insights, not just data, to people who need them the most. For a construction company, this may mean knowing when to pause operations, when to move equipment, and when to update project timelines to minimize losses. For a disaster management organization, this may mean knowing when and whom to evacuate, where to send resources, and the safest evacuation routes to take. We are building an affordable and scalable early warning system for GLOFs so that even the most vulnerable regions of the world can become GLOF ready. Hi, I'm Rita. I've got a background in space engineering. I'm a really passionate space enthusiast who was recently awarded as a Young Australian Space Leader. I'm really passionate about using space tech to mitigate the effects of climate change on Earth. Our drone payload testing is scheduled for December 2025, with plans to secure in-orbit deployment contracts in 2026. We are currently in talks with several international organizations in disaster management and humanitarian organizations. Scan this QR code to follow our LinkedIn and keep up with our journey. At the Extraterrestrials ET, we are building an end-to-end GLOF resilience system because nobody should have to live in the constant fear of disasters beyond their control.
Unpaid carers carry the hidden weight of healthcare, often at the cost of their own well-being and careers. Here to show how an AI companion and curated community can put carers first, preventing burnout, supporting employees, and addressing one of the fastest growing challenges in the future of work, Victoria Romeo from Carers Corner.
In late 2021, I walked into a specialist appointment with my mum on my right and my 3-month-old son on my hip. My mum walked out with a diagnosis, early onset dementia, and I walked out with a second full-time job, primary carer to mum. Overnight, I was managing someone else's complex life at the same time as working out how I was going to lose my mum just as I was learning how to be one myself. 1 in 8 Australians are unpaid carers. Behind every story is a web of decisions and systems that few will see until you're suddenly in it. On average, there are 6 stages of a caregiving journey, and every one demands new knowledge, new skills, and constant navigation. Carers make 40 to 60 decisions every week for someone else's life. They navigate 20 different organisations across the journey. And let's be honest, some of these decisions are probably being made when you're meant to be working. We are at a critical stage. The number of people over 85 is doubling by 2032. By 2050, 1 in 4 of us will be unpaid carers. Currently, 12 million Australians are living with a life-limiting condition, and this means that the care load is inevitably growing. So what's the cost of caregiving? Well, for carers, 96% report depression, anxiety, or burnout. And on average, they lose 30% of their income as a result of caregiving. For employers, $13 billion cost of productivity loss. And on average, carers do take 11 days more leave. We've spoken to over 200 carers. 3 in 4 say that they have inadequate support. 2 in 3 didn't know where to start or don't have time. And every single one of them said that they needed better guidance that's focused on them. Carers Corner is a digital platform that prevents burnout for carers by helping them find the right information at the right time. It's centred around the carer to reduce time uncertainty, and overwhelm across care logistics, reducing time spent by 30%. We also are delivering it via a business platform so that carers can bring their best self back to work faster, improving productivity and retention. Each dashboard is customised to the carer's journey itself. It's got personalised guidance and resources within the one location. AI coach Kara provides proactive insights to help carers make better, faster, and more informed decisions. Our business platform enables staff to have private and secure support, whilst managers can access ROI metrics via their own personal business dashboard. Businesses pay an annual licensing fee. When we obtain 50 accounts, we generate $500,000 in recurring revenue. When we scale across 5 key markets and obtain 3,000 employers, we generate and unlock $25 million recurring revenue. This is a $3.2 billion market opportunity. Carers on average are in this role for about 6 years at least. And so the need for ongoing support means that our platform is inherently sticky for both businesses and for carers. With a 90% retention rate and multi-year contracts, this compounds year on year. So how do we get here? Well, we drive adoption by focusing first on enterprise businesses and government, leveraging employee interest groups and bundling our offer with enterprise partners like EAP providers. We also look at expanding via care providers who refer carers to us in bulk within their existing network. We have built early traction with a waitlist of over 350 carers, 50 testing our prototype currently. We've booked $20,000 in revenue, including eBay and Inner West Council. And we've built 16 partnerships with service providers that unlock a huge network of carers for us. Carers Corner is the only solution that focuses around the carer's well-being and gives predictive AI guidance across every stage of the carer's journey, as well as a curated community. But what also makes us different is our team. I'm Victoria, an award-winning, successfully exited founder with a background in product, sales, and tech. Our team blends lived experience with proven capability in health, impact, and growth. Now, I don't know about you, but I want to live in a world where carers are seen, supported, and set up to thrive. And this is your chance to help us build it. We would love for you to please donate to our All or Nothing crowdfunding campaign, where we will deliver a carer onboarding and wellbeing day. And this day actually will help us inform and expand our digital platform. If we get this right, carers and workplaces will get valuable time back. But more importantly, we'll create a world where carers can care without the burnout. Thank you very much.
Okay, everyone, that brings us to our final pitch. We are going to do a quick group photo before we head upstairs. So I'd like to ask all the startups to come down onto the stage, and let's give them a final round of applause. Our photographer is going to be taking the photo from the very top there in the mezzanine. She's just running very fast.
All right, everyone, we'll just get all the cohort back upstairs to get ready for networking. I do apologise, you have to hear from me for a little bit longer. I am holding you between the food and the drinks, but the next couple of slides are very important. I'm also just like stalling as long as I can to get the starters up ready for the networking as well. So bear with me for the next couple of minutes. Class 21 has been amazing in terms of diversity and the people that we have in it. Here are some of the numbers. 33% are pre-accelerated graduates, 56% were student startups. Between the youngest and the oldest, there was a 26-year gap, 44% female founded, and 8 schools and faculties represented today. This is not an outlier either. All of our programs have this diversity throughout the 3 programs. If you don't know, INCUBATE runs 3 programs. We do Startup Fundamentals, an 8-week online course where you can dip your toes in the industry. The Pre-Accelerator, a 12-week hybrid/in-person program, which is all about going from your first idea to your first customer. The Accelerator program, a 14-week in-person program, all about business growth, which you saw today. If these are a little bit too long for you, we also have Coursera courses. They're around 3 weeks as well. In total this year, INCUBATE impacted over 16,500 people through our workshops, our lecturing, our mentoring, and most importantly, our programs as well. If you're not affiliated with the University of Sydney, we also offer a service called Accelerator Service. So we work with corporates and partners to develop programs. If you're interested in something like this, please come talk to me. A second collaboration with the University of Sydney Business School is what we call Startup Year. We've converted our Accelerator into curriculum, and this semester we had 7 students enroll, and we saw 2 of the students present tonight. If you're interested in Startup Year, I would highly suggest you talking to Sakura and Sarah at their booths. And now, the most important part, the thank yous. First of all, I'd like to thank the community, to the mentors, the guest speakers, to anyone that I just randomly messaged on LinkedIn asking for help. Thank you so much for saying yes. Without you, this program wouldn't be the same. I would also like to thank Joanne Webb, wherever she is. She is the person that kind of designed all of this for us. We essentially just had a whole bunch of stuff on a whiteboard, and she turned this into this amazing thing. Thank you for all the demo days you've done. Joe, I think you're outside there. There you are. Thank you so much for everything that you've done. Yes, please. I mean, all of the cards are like, I could just choose one and hopefully it says applause, but I might not do that. And finally, to the most important thank you. Team INCUBATE, aka Jen and Eda, who have all actually left to go upstairs as well. Interesting. Anyways, Eda, our program manager, thank you so much for looking after Startup Fundamentals and our Pre-Accelerator and putting your hand up for anything that I asked you to do. Also, thank you for tolerating my Ravenfall tendencies, even though you're a Slytherin. To Jen, who does the back end, the front end, the social media, the community, essentially she makes Eda and I look good. Thank you so much for doing everything in between and everything that I do. I've always said that if INCUBATE was kind of like a human system, Eda is kind of like the heart, Jen is like the blood system, both very important to keep the system going. If you're interested, scan the QR code here to subscribe to our newsletter. Scan this QR code here if you just want to get in touch. Now, we're almost there, guys, I promise. I just want to end with a quote before we end this part and we go into networking and the free food and drinks. I know half of you guys are here for that. But I wanted to end with a quote from Helen Keller. Alone, we can do so little. Together, we can do so much. Again, thank you so much for coming to Demo Day. Enjoy the networking and see you guys later.